Hi guys, welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. This is your Mystic Mommy. Before we get into it, I just want to say these messages may or may not resonate. They are for adults or anyone who's 18 and older. If it does resonate, great. If it doesn't, I apologize. Since we're in March, we're going to go ahead and quickly start the March general reads. We'll start off with Aries, which is I believe, no, we're in May, so we'll start off with Taurus as far as the astrological signs go, and I'll just go in order from there. It's just easier for me to keep it in order that way. These are general love readings, so this doesn't necessarily apply always to the singles, but it may have something to do with what is or was going on in the past, or could possibly be in the future. But this is a general love reading. This is for Taurus. I'm gonna try to hurry these along. I definitely feel the vibration around the heart and maybe the upper part of the forefront of the head. So I don't know if right now your intuition, your heart is being led by your intuition, or if your intuition is being led by your heart. Either way it goes. I definitely feel the vibration in the third eye chakra and also the heart chakra. If you don't if you're not familiar with what chakras are, it is spelled C-H-A-K-R-A. I would suggest you looking it up. It just has to do with the body. It's nothing I would consider religious. It's just different. I guess it's just a way of communicating about higher self. It's just about you as the person. It has nothing to do with religious factors. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so first we have the Ace of the Ace of Cups, which represents, I don't know if you have recently started into a new relationship, Taurus. Also, we have fertility here. Fertility represents definitely, I don't know if you are definitely putting in a lot into this relationship, like you have planted this seed and you're watching it grow. Or currently, Taurus, you might be pregnant, who knows, or will become pregnant. The Ace of Coins could also refer to self fulfillment, I would say. So it doesn't always necessarily represent a relationship, but whatever it is, emotionally, it is the beginning of something new and the beginning of something very emotionally fulfilling. Also, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So apparently there's a decision that has to be made, but it seems like you're having a hard time making a decision about something. Maybe because you need more fact, or if you are trying to make a decision, or this could also be looked at as being hasty about making a decision. Like there wasn't enough put into the decision that was being made. Anyway, the overall energy is the the Prince of Swords in reverse, which means that under general circumstances, if this was in the upright, this would represent communication, somebody coming forth with some type of communication, but I believe this communication may be blocked. So if this is referring to a relationship of the past, currently you are blocked, or you have blocked them or they have blocked you. But anyway, the communication is cut off. Maybe this could have been due to, I guess, maybe you thought the relationship was going to turn out a certain way, or was to bring forth certain things that you were really looking for as far as relationships was concerned. But whichever way it goes, I would say not you, but somebody else is very heartbroken about this situation. I think that they are trying to communicate. There is something where they are trying to come through. But currently, you are, again, you may have started, I don't know if this was a past relationship that you left, but whichever way it goes, we have the Ace of Staves in here, which to me is telling me that maybe there were two people involved. I'm not really for sure, especially with the Three of Swords in reverse. It could have easily been a third party situation. It could also be a situation where you were choosing between two people, especially with the passionate new beginning, and the strong communication coming in with the passionate new beginning. And I think with all of this, you know, Taurus, you required balance. So there will be, or there is balance with this person, but there is something that is being blocked. There's some type of blockage in communication. We're going to go here to the sexual tarot. Please explain to me more. Please explain to me more about Taurus and their love life. All right. Wow, okay, the overall energy is the Devil. So, let's see here. Okay. So again, with the Hanged, we've got the Hanged Woman. This is about making a decision. Like trying to figure out the best route. But in this particular card, you can see it's like, it's very weird. He's kind of creeping up on her, and he's more focused on like stroking her hair than he is maybe on her. So there may be some issues with either over-analyzing a decision or not paying attention enough to the finer details as far as making a decision or whatever. But whichever way it goes, it does show that there is a sage stick that maybe she was supposed to burn. And we all understand that when you burn sage, you are clearing out the negativity. So this can be looked at as many ways. If you are in the midst of making a decision about someone, or trying to move forward with someone, or even in the current relationship, like you want to have a passion in the beginning, but maybe right now communication isn't good between you and your mate. Whichever way it goes, if you're trying to make a decision, definitely just start weighing out your pros and cons and clearing out all the negativity. Because whether you move forward in your continued relationship, or you're starting something new, or you're making a decision, as far as, you know, you may have had choices, whichever way it goes, I would say that it is important to clear out any negativity that you have going on with yourself, so that way you are able to make a good decision. Also, you have the Queen of Wands here. Now, generally, I don't read these in the negative, in the reverse, so I will read this in the upright. This is something with you, Taurus. I don't know if you're dealing with someone who is a fire sign, which could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or if this is in your chart, whichever way it goes, whoever it is that is pursuing you, or however you're pursuing them, they may be really into, like, or you may be really into, like, you like how they dress. It's something about you that that just really gets them. It's just what really pulls them in. This wouldn't surprise me if this was Aries. A lot of Aries to me are very kind of fashionable a lot of times. They have, like, I would say, good fashion sense for the most part, and maybe that they have their own sense of fashion, but whichever way it goes, it's something about this particular energy that either you like or they like. And what's interesting is that they're bringing a lot of passion. So not only is it that they like the way you move and what you do, but there is a lot of passion behind this. This is actually what attracts them to you. Also, we have the Chariot here, so it could quite possibly mean that you are messing with a Cancer, or seeing a Cancer, or something along those lines. Maybe Cancer's in the chart. That doesn't always, these don't always mean that this is what you're currently dealing with, but whichever way it goes, apparently there is some type of movement involved. So I don't know if this is a situation where you're really, like, feeling somebody, but maybe with the Prince of Swords, there being blockage of communication. Maybe this is because this person may live at a distance. Like, either you will be traveling soon or they will be traveling soon to see you. But whichever way it goes, there's some traveling that's going to be involved. And what's even more interesting about this reading is the overall energy is the Devil. And then right under it, the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel very strongly, whichever way it goes, this love situation could possibly be, like, I don't know if you're having to choose, if this is about choices between two people, and that you are very sexually bound to one, and then maybe, there's, like, this passionate new beginning, or this could be just one person that you're dealing with. But whichever way it goes, I would say that the sex is amazing. The two of you, you need to be careful though, because with the Devil, this is indicating that you guys could be bound to each other. So what's keeping you together may not be in a healthy spiritual way. I think it's awesome to have great sex, but I'm sure also, through just general experiences, you can't build a relationship off of sex. And again, with the Ace of Pentacles in the background, this is a very passionate new beginning. This could also indicate with the Devil that there is some type of soul tie. Sometimes the Devil doesn't necessarily mean anything terrible or bad. It just means that something is bound to each other. So this could possibly mean that, this could be a soulmate, even sexually. But whichever way it goes, there's some type of binding between you and this person. We'll go here, which is the Romance Angel cards. Don't want to shuffle. Let's see what the Romance Angels are talking about. And again, these messages may or may not resonate, but whichever way it goes, you might want to check deeper into your natal chart. You may be able to relate more with whatever else is in your chart. Might want to check out some of the other signs. All right, so what we have here is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So if this is a situation, and again, with the Chariot being here, to me this is saying that if this is a relationship that has a little bit of distance, it may be worth waiting for. Or this could possibly mean that, before you make any decisions, you might want to wait and just see, learn more about that individual, get to know that person. However, it does show here that it says calling in your soulmate. So again, there's something with this reading that whoever it is that you're dealing with or going to be dealing with, again, I do believe you know who I'm speaking about. It does say calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So whatever it is that you're manifesting, if you're not manifesting this, I would suggest manifesting this. I would, if I don't want to say if you're tired of being lonely, but maybe subconsciously you are actually trying to call in your soulmate. I don't know, Taurus. It wouldn't surprise me, Taurus, if you are trying to manifest that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with trying to pull your soulmate in. Now, before I lead you down some type of rabbit hole, because I do not predict the future. This is not about that. These are kind of more spiritual readings. I will say that sometimes we don't always, just because you have met or will meet your soulmate doesn't necessarily mean that this is somebody who you will be marrying. However, romance angel cards say wedding. This situation involves marriage. Now, this could mean that it is important for you to maybe wait on making any hasty decisions as far as your love life is concerned, because it may be subconsciously that you are manifesting your soulmate and they have not come in yet. Just because the person in front of you or you having choices doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be your soulmate and this is going to be the one to you and y'all are going to get married and live happily ever after. However, if you are in the midst of making decisions between people, I think that, just really getting to know the people that you're dealing with is going to be imperative as far as making a decision. If you do not feel comfortable with any of these choices or you don't have that connection, then maybe that's what's going to be worth waiting for, because your soulmate will come in and it may result in marriage. Marriage can also mean, on another realm, the two souls coming together and marrying, but not necessarily in the physical. Whichever way it goes, the overall energy is forgiving and learning. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present. So if this has to do with you going back and forth between two different people, you really need to take this time to just forgive and learn from the situation and try your best not to bring it forward into the new passionate relationship, because it could be your soulmate. And what's worse than being in a relationship with somebody who hasn't healed from the past? All right, so before we end, we will do these angel cards. Let's see what the angel cards have to say. What is the area that Taurus needs to focus on? Well, 3 came out. Let's see here. The first one is pray. So yes, pray for what it is that you're trying to manifest. Praying is like manifestation. So just, Be specific in your prayer. Again, like I said before, inquire. Learn more about your mate. Ask questions. Let's see what else we have. Innovation. So just be innovative and maybe find a new way to approach your new love situation or your new love situations. And animals. You know, if you're having a hard time making a choice, or possibly if you don't like what's being set before you, animals can be quite therapeutic. They can take away a lot of that energy where you may be feeling lonely. And just because you have two people in front of you doesn't even necessarily mean that you have to pick them, especially if they're not what you're wanting. And then we also have spirit and trust. So if I know how Taurus is, trust is going to be a big thing with them. So, you know, just put in spirit what it is. And I spelled that wrong too. I forgot the I. Just, you know, ask God, just be led by God. To me, this is what all of this is saying, is be led, you know, ask, you know, pray for it and just be led by the Spirit. You know, however your intuition, or, you know, follow your intuition. And you need to be careful, you know, especially with this devil energy, that you're not being, you know, led down, you know, a path that you may not be able to get out of later, especially if somebody is, you know, convincing you that they're the one to be with, and then really in actuality they're not. So just be very careful about that energy. I want to thank you guys for listening. Also, just make sure to subscribe and continue to watch. Thank you so much, Taurus. You have a wonderful day. Namaste.